In this week's Show Me Climate report, I continue my conversation with Jen Marlin, a climate research scientist at Yale University. This time we're discussing energy and what proven scientific research tells us needs to happen if we plan to slow our rapidly changing climate. How important is renewable energy?
Renewable energy is critical to transitioning away from fossil fuels. We have relied very heavily on fossil fuels throughout the Industrial Revolution, and they have brought us great things. They have brought us cars and trucks and computers and iPhones and laptops and refrigerators and washing machines. But it's time to break up with the old boyfriend and make a transition. And renewable energies are what is going to bring us into a clean future with more green jobs. That is better for our health, better for our economy. It will keep us safer. But it's a difficult process to transition. Renewable energy is what we're going to use to power our cars and trucks. We're going to use it to power our appliances, and we're going to need to overhaul the entire grid in the US and electrify everything. But this is the way forward, because if we can electrify everything, then we can get that electricity from the sun, from the wind, from hydropower, from heat pumps in the ground. Nature has so many solutions for us available. We just have to figure out how to work with nature instead of against it.
And with Yale's research, have you seen any changing opinions from Americans or their usage of renewable energy?
It's interesting. Americans have supported renewable energy since the very beginning of our surveys. If anything, it's gone up a teeny bit, but it's already so high that we've reached what we call a ceiling effect. So nationally, 86% of Americans want more research on renewable energy. They want to use more renewable energy. And in Missouri, it's 85%. So essentially the same as the national average. So everyone is very supportive of this, but we need corporations on board, we need the government on board, and we need consumers to demand more of this clean energy. And we need to make the choices easier for them to get it from their utilities. To buy it when they're buying a new appliance. And we need those charging stations so that they can drive and not worry about whether there is one or not. So we need to demand support for these kinds of things to help make this transition faster.
The cost of renewable energy continues to get cheaper. I'll add that most models from 2010 and 2015 predicting the future cost of solar energy were wrong, because solar energy is cheaper now than anyone predicted, and is expected to stay on that track. Solar energy is a way for local businesses, schools, churches, retirement communities, and residential homes to cut their fossil fuel emissions and even save money over time. And yes, I'm talking about your school, your church, your home. Counting on others to solve this problem isn't going to work, plain and simple. We're all responsible, and we can all make a difference. Utilizing the energy from our sun is just one way. KOMU.com/climate. If you go there, I've linked resources so that you can get the conversation started if you want to. Fun fact, Columbia Power and Light has rebates available and resources to get started on solar energy. I've also linked to the Midwest Renewable Energy Association because they have a training program for solar installers and a solar career pathways program for students. Solar and wind installers are now two of the fastest growing jobs in an era where the unemployment rate is recovering from record levels. Next week, I'll be sharing other ways we can all make a difference and help slow our rapidly changing climate. Remember, through all of the doom and gloom you hear, much of which is unfortunately true, there are solutions. There are things that you and I can do in our everyday lives. I'm excited to share more with you next Sunday on Show Me Climate.